Hey, I hope you're well. Just a quick student story today, and I'm going to weave in also a little bit of my personal story. So, a week ago, I received a video from an online student who asked me to analyze it, and along with that video was a comment just saying, "Hey, take a look at my forehand." And specifically in that comment said, "Pretty sure I'm doing good with my hips." And this was a live analysis, and I started out showing some pro examples. I kind of skimmed through the student example pretty quickly, and I saw in real time exactly what was happening. And what was happening was the opposite of what the student thought. The student thought that they were doing the basics really well and engaging and leading with the hips powerfully, having the arm follow, so on and so forth. And so I started off the way I normally do by showing some pro examples because I wanted to kind of just set a benchmark of this is what you should look like when XYZ happens correctly. And in the live chat, I saw the student saying, "Oh, yeah, I get it." And so when I came back to their example, I think they were more than a little surprised that what I showed them was the opposite of what the pros were doing, which is this is I said in this analysis, it's the most common thing, which is why I focus on it so much in my coaching and my content. The student was not moving the hips at all until after contact and then turning the body, forward. So contact was all the energy going into contact was all coming from the arm, a little bit of shoulders, and then the hips would go. So I just got an update from this student from a week ago. The student said, I went out, I practiced with the ball machine. In fact, I'm pretty sure they said they practiced a couple times with the ball machine, took a video of the most recent one, came back and checked it, thinking that they were practicing the right thing the whole week, and they were still doing the old habit. And I don't know if they even said like there really wasn't any change, or I mean it was basically the same as before. Came from oh crap moment. Absolutely no change. Absolutely no change. And so this is the worst feeling, right? Like it's one, like we all know we have flaws, right? Like we all know we make mistakes when we swing a tennis racket. So I think mentally we're kind of prepared for that reality. Like, yeah, I make mistakes. But it's even a worse feeling, in my opinion, in my personal experience, when we think we're practicing something worthwhile and we think we're doing it in a productive way. And then when we check, we realize that, oh crap, like this student just said, oh crap, no change. And there's not even any progress at all. And for me, as a coach, I feel like I keep getting to this moment with student after student after student. And it is the linchpin moment of the whole process, of the whole journey. I feel like so many coaches and students feel like the big obstacle, the big hurdle is the information. It's like the understanding. If I could only get it, if it could only make sense enough that I just magically will start doing it. And that's not the hard part. The hard part is not the understanding. The hard part is not the knowledge. The hard part is not getting it. The hard part is that we think we're doing right things, but we're doing wrong things. But most of that is totally under the radar. Most of that, players don't even know the mistakes that they're actually making because there's so many assumptions. There's so many students and coaches assuming that the most basic things are there and they're correct and they're present when they're actually really not. And I feel like there's this whole like alternate like universe. And there's so few players that are living in the correct universe. There's so few players living in reality and living in the truth of what's actually happening in their game. And I'm no different. It's the same for all of us. I'm not saying this or sharing this from a place of like better than thou or anything like that. This weekend I was out in the driveway doing repetitions with an eye coach, like with the arm and the ball there, working on my backhand, because if you followed my content over the last couple months on the main channel, you'll know that I thought I was using a new backhand, and some parts of it were better, but there was enough of my old backhand that I tore my rotator cuff cranking against the ball with my arm. It's the same for all of us, but I feel like it gets talked about so rarely. So my encouragement to you is eliminate that alternate universe as often, as frequently, as aggressively as possible. You have to know the truth. This player would have continued. Please hear this loud and clear. This student that I'm talking about, who maybe you're thinking, oh, well, it's too bad for them. Like, but I know what I know what I'm doing. Like, I don't have that problem. I don't have those blind spots. This student would have confidently continued down the wrong path for years and years and years had they not had the courage to record themselves and check for sure. And that's what the vast majority of students and coaches are not doing. So that's my encouragement to you, is to do it. Eliminate that alternate universe. Come into like alignment with what's really happening. It's the only way you're really, really going to get better. Thanks for watching. Hope you're doing well. Talk to you in the next video.